Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast. I'm Terry Morrow.
And I'm Catherine Haleko.
As parents and parenting writers, we can't help but see everything through a parenting lens. But as our kids have become adults, we find ourselves more interested in getting caught up on movies and streaming than on going over the same parenting topics over and over.
So since we're pretty sure we can find parenting wisdom anywhere, we're going to talk about what we're watching, what we thought about it, and maybe what we can learn from it, if only what not to do. Watch and listen along, and let's all make like we're doing something important for our families. Each Tuesday, we bring you our thoughts on a newer entertainment property, and for this week of August 5th, we're continuing with A Gentleman in Moscow, a limited series on Paramount+. So this one was called An Arrival, and it focused, as we might have guessed, on the arrival of little Sophia. I don't remember in the book it being as much of a whole thing, you know, getting her permission to stay. Oh. But I could be wrong about that. I don't know.
They didn't do the fun bed thing that you were talking about.
Right, but it was very cute when the Count, or Alexander, let's call him, set up a bed on the floor for her, and she just jumped into the real bed. And he was like,
way to go, sweetie. I think we've established pretty clever girl.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Extremely, yes.
Yeah.
Also in the book, they did not confirm that Nina had died in Siberia.
Really?
That was so sad. They just were like, she never came back.
Oh. Yeah. Well, we saw that. That seemed to be a likely outcome.
Yeah. I mean, it was certainly implied in the book, but...
Wow.
Yeah. So and this one was a tearjerker.
The one who has been narrating all along.
Right.
So, yes, it was like it's called An Arrival, but the departures were just, oh my gosh, those two boys going off to war.
Oh, yes.
I don't foresee a better end for them than for Nina, alas. Mm-hmm. We'll hope for the best, but oh gosh, and they're so excited.
Right.
As was Nina when she left originally.
The first time, yeah.
Yeah.
And their parents are so, like, we know what's going on
all the
here.
Grown-ups in the room know.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's heartbreaking.
Yes.
That's so hard to... I mean, even if you don't more or less have a certainty about the tragic outcome, it's hard to just see kids going off to do dangerous and uncertain things.
Right.
When they're so psyched.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be great.
Right. Look at my cool hat. Yeah. My awesome uniform. I know.
And you can't tell them, no, absolutely no, I forbid it. But at the same time, boy, do you want to.
Yeah.
My mom tried. It was not successful.
Tried to keep you down on the farm, huh?
Why would you want to go? It's so nice here.
Right.
Because I am of a certain age and shut up.
Yeah.
So, that was tough. Mm-hmm. That was just really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
The boys and then Nina at the end. Just, I wasn't sure, but I read a write-up of the episode that confirmed for me that Weasley hotel assistant manager is the waiter? Weasley waiter with a promotion.
I thought so too, and I was meaning to check.
They did a good
IMDb.
job of aging up that actor just enough that you're like, he seems like the same brand of weasel.
Right.
Is he, in fact? And indeed, according to the website I read anyway, which I believe was Screen Rant, it is.
I also suspected that, so I believe it is true.
Oh, man. Can somebody, accuse him of something that will get him dragged away?
Right.
It doesn't have to be true. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Not good. Not good.
And I also fear now for the actual hotel manager who put his... I mean, he got coverage, but still.
Right.
He bucked this weasel.
Yeah.
And weasels can be vicious.
That is true.
Both the human and the animal kind. So.
Yes.
But what What a change in his routine. He had a routine down that he liked, even in his little confinement there, and now he's a dad. It's like Mr. Mom, you know? Like all of a sudden, he has to know how to comb hair. He has to know how to, play a game.
He has to go and fetch the doll that got left somewhere.
Yes. It's just, suddenly, there's all this stuff.
I loved, the game. Like, he's trying to read this book because his OSIP, the jailer, is expecting him to read it. And he's like, let's play the quiet game. That doesn't work.
No. And then count to 200.
Right.
That is a very familiar strategy, man.
Yes. Good try. It did not work because Sophia is way too smart for that. But
See, what you need to do there, Count, is you take her down to the Toys R Us and you set her in front of a rack of cars and then you sit and read your book, which is what I used to do with my son. But he doesn't have that, for very many reasons, he doesn't have that.
Not an option.
Liberty. That's what you find something she's interested in. Pretend like you're doing it for her.
Right.
And then read the book.
Yes.
But, how fun. The thing I was reading was mentioning that he had a similar fun relationship with Nina, but he wasn't responsible for her 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
They had their fun, and then she was somebody else's responsibility. But Sophia is with him.
Right.
He has to be responsible for her 24/7, and it's a burden.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with Nina, he was the absentee dad or the grandparent or the uncle, but with
the funko.
But with Sophia, it's like, she's yours.
Yes, he's a parent now,
and it didn't take long for her to, for him to be like, no, she cannot.
Right,
I'm not giving her up.
No. I'm so glad they were able to orchestrate that because, boy. Did the other solution not sound promising?
Right.
It's like, anytime a young person leaves this hotel, we're going to go,
Right.
No. Nice knowing you. Even that young actress, I'm very glad that Anna thought better of it and taught her some tricks.
Yeah. Right.
Before she goes off with whatever skeevy fellas she goes off with.
Right.
But,
yes, Anna taking on the motherly role in a couple of ways that she didn't want to do, but she did.
Yep. You identify the time of life you're in, whether you want to be in that time or not, and you just go with it.
Right.
It's so much easier. But many of us have had that time where it's like, wait, no, I'm here? No.
Right. What? Yes, and we had Olga too, when's the last time you washed that child? Puts her in the bathtub right away.
That was very sweet because she's been so sort of disapproving of him.
Yes.
But has a soft heart for lost little girls apparently because it seems like she possibly saved Anna at some point.
Right.
From a less promising fate. So she turns out to be good.
And who was it? It wasn't the manager. Was it the manager of the hotel that she was with in the bathtub?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I couldn't tell. I knew it was somebody we probably should know who that was, but I couldn't. I didn't recognize him.
I don't think it was the manager.
Chagrin.
Yeah. I don't remember who it was.
I thought it was maybe some official of some sort, but it surely was supposed to be somebody that we recognized.
Yeah, no, it was a hotel person.
Okay.
It might have been the manager just because that scene where the orphanage lady came to pick up Sophia and it was just that wonderful series of looks, from Alexander to Anna to the manager to the minister of culture guy to Olga to everybody. It was just beautiful.
That's true. So let's assume that the manager's getting a little something himself.
Exactly.
Doesn't get them the sweet they want, but still, there's only so much a man can do.
All right.
When he's surrounded by weasels.
And, boy, I feel like the second floor suite is probably just as nice as the third floor suite.
It's better than the 20th floor suite that the Count is in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But kudos to that actor who plays the waiter slash assistant manager, because, man, he don't have a lot of lines, but he just oozes
Yes.
loathsomeness.
Right.
Quiet, officious loathsomeness.
Mm-hmm. And flustered ire at the end.
Wait a minute.
You got played, sir. So there.
Yeah, but he's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta frame him for something and get him shipped off someplace.
Uh-huh.
As it is, he's just gonna be coming back up like a bad penny.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate the way we were talking last week about Osip having his own surly teen and disapproving wife, and that certainly informed his appearance in this episode, where, okay, you didn't read because of the kid. I too have perhaps had that problem.
Right.
I get it, man, but do better.
But just for now.
Yeah. It's kind of a father-to-father moment.
Right.
Well, we have to be charitable with one another in such situations.
Right.
There is definitely a time in your life when getting from one end of a book to another is a monumental challenge.
Exactly. Especially when it's Anna Karenina or whatever it was, because he started trying to read it to Sophia. Like, no, not appropriate for like a 5-year-old.
I read Anna Karenina when we were in Russia to adopt our kids, and we were like stuck in an apartment, and the adoption wasn't going through, but we weren't going to leave without them.
Right.
And so we just had this dead period, sort of like, the Count's past.
Sure.
We were just sort of stuck in this apartment because we had no independent transportation. And so I thought, this is what I'll do, is I'll read this great Russian book. And man, is it depressing. Wasn't the wrong thing to be reading.
Yeah.
Get me out of this country now. I think I also read Smilla's Sense of Snow on that trip, which is also, I don't know if you ever read that.
I did.
Not fun vacation reading.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but from what I recall, I get that.
I needed to have brought myself like a suitcase full of romances.
Right.
And mystery novels. And no, Anna Karenina.
Right. Things that are resolved.
That was what happened to be in the apartment. So I guess the lady we were staying with had read it too. And this is what
in English.
Yes, it was in English. Sadly, I did not speak any Russian. Had I been better informed ahead of time, I would have learned some. But it was, no, you don't need to. We have people there who speak English, and your kids don't talk yet, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
It mattered.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
But,
I bet.
Alexander kind of being an adoptive parent here, so
that's right. Absolutely.
With no home study because he never would have passed one. But,
no, he doesn't even have running water. No, I guess he has. I guess he has water, but he doesn't have a bathtub of any kind.
Fortunately, though, he's got a better choice of babysitters than Michael did on the island.
Yes.
So. He's got that going for him.
Yes. He's basically got the whole hotel staff working for him, except for the weasel.
Except for the weasel. Oh,
everybody else is on his side, and Olga and Anna. He's assembling quite the family for Sophia.
Yes.
So
yes, he is. And
which is lovely.
And sort of what the book/show, I imagine, is about. Even in the worst of situations, good people helping good people and forming bonds and family.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. until the weasel comes for you, in which case or your kids go off to be killed.
Right.
At least at the moment, until next week.
That's right. Well, next week, speaking of, we will discuss episode 6 of A Gentleman in Moscow. It's titled The Fall.
Oh.
Yikes.
Well, we wonder, does that mean possibly the fall of the weasel from grace? That I would enjoy. Right. Does it mean the fall of somebody off the roof? That would not be good. It'll probably be something much more tragic and heartbreaking than that. But
we will find out.
Well, falling off the roof would be pretty much tragic now.
Yes.
The weasel taking a fall would not be heartbreaking at all.
No.
In fact. Yay! Maybe the elevator goes out and somebody doesn't realize it. No.
Well, we'll see. So we'll do that next Tuesday, and tomorrow we'll be back here for a discussion of Lost.
Thank you for listening. You can find all our episodes on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com.
You can also talk to us on our Facebook page, on Instagram, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/mamatude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we've talked about over the years.